Plastic is everywhere. In Canada alone, over 4 million tons are thrown away every year. It ends up in our rivers, our forests, our homes. Hi, my name is Nominee. I'm one of OneBite's co-founders and a social entrepreneurship student. It is getting to know entrepreneurs and attending events that made me realize just how much power businesses have to make a real change.
Plastic is no longer just polluting our environment. It is now polluting our own bodies. Every week, we ingest 5 grams of microplastic. That's the equivalent of eating a credit card worth of plastic. Every single. My name is Lilu. I'm a management student and one of OneBite's co-founder. As someone who spent years training in track and field, what we put into our own bodies is something that really matters to me. And that's exactly what's driving me to be part of a solution like OneBite.
Hi, my name is Clara and I'm a McGill student, and I'm also co-founder of OneBite with Nominee and Lilu. I grew up hiking and gardening with my mom, so I've always felt somewhat connected with nature. And when I started working in restoration as a waitress, I started to see just how much they relied on plastic cutlery and plastic packaging. They would use it once and they would just toss it out. And then I started to reflect on a world where we didn't rely on plastic, where oceans were cleaner, wildlife was safer, and landfills were smaller. But if we want to get to this future, we need to work towards it, but the only way to do so is as a team. And luckily, universities and classrooms are the perfect place to build the ultimate partnerships, and that's exactly where I met Nominee and Lilu. And then one day, over lunch and another plastic fork, we started asking ourselves some questions. What was a way we could beat existing alternatives so we would not only reduce waste, but we would also eliminate it entirely? And to get to that goal, we had to rethink the way cutlery had always been used. And ultimately, our answer was OneBite.
OneBite is a sustainable, edible alternative to disposable cutlery designed with a neutral flavor, high durability, and a focus on user experience. It holds up to hot, cold, or oily foods and stays firm until your last bite. And if you don't want to eat it, it's fully biodegradable. When it comes to edible cutlery, a few companies have entered the space, but so far, none have managed to really stand out or scale beyond niche markets. And yet, the market is there, as it is projected to grow at a CAGR of over 9.1%. We see this rapidly growing market and the upcoming ban on single-use cutlery in Canada as the perfect opportunity for OneBite to lead the category in the upcoming years. We've identified the key pain points in this category that appear on the screen. And these are exactly the issues we'll be tackling as we develop our OneBite prototypes.
Developing edible cutlery is ambitious, necessary, but honestly thrilling. And to turn a vision into a real product, here's a realistic implementation plan. First, we conducted thorough market research and engaged with McGill scientific communities to validate our idea, understand R&D needs, and shape our business model from the start. Secondly, our main focus this year is to develop a functional prototype by assembling a specialized R&D team, testing edible cutlery recipes with real user feedback, and building a brand through social media and a strong visual identity. Once we have a strong prototype, our third phase will begin with a small batch production where we'll introduce a minimum viable product right here on McGill campus. And this feedback will help us refine the recipe and the user experience. By summer 2026, we also aim to begin a controlled small-scale launch with polished, tested, and consumer-validated products. So this is our plan, but it cannot happen without our team.
Our strength lies in our team, resilient, complementary, and driven. We know there's still a really long way to go, but we believe in OneBite and in each other to make it real.